Hi class, I'm going to go over the analysis of data Excel table with graphs project in which you compare a specific cancer found in New Jersey to 2 additional states. Looking in your course syllabus, you will see that you have to visit the National Cancer Center by following this hyperlink. So you click on the hyperlink, and this brings us to the state cancer profiles. Everything you do for the additional 2 states is going to be in comparison to New Jersey. So you want to click the New Jersey icon. This then brings you down to a quick profile of the state of New Jersey. And you can look at all the cancers that are here, provide you with the New Jersey rate, the rate nationally. It identifies where they're located via a map, or individually, which is what the class assignment is about. So picking one of these cancers in New Jersey, and then you're going to look at other states. So your assignment discusses looking at the incidence. So for example, the bladder rate of cancer in New Jersey is 24.1. Then you need to look. So the first part of your assignment is to pick a cancer. So we're going to pick bladder for the state of New Jersey because New Jersey is our starting point. And the cancer rate for bladder in New Jersey is 24.1. Now you have to pick 2 additional states and compare the bladder rate. So all you do is go up to the state, locate a state. I'm going to pick New York for my additional state. And I'm going to view the profile. And then I'm going to write down the New York rate, which is 23.6. And then I'm going to do the same thing for Connecticut. And Connecticut, view the profile for bladder cancer is 27.3. Now these will be the numbers that I'm going to populate on my Excel spreadsheet. So using the skills you developed from Excel assignment number 1, you're going to create an Excel spreadsheet. You're going to label it, comparing a specific state. You're going to tell me what cancer you're particularly looking at. And for this example, we're looking at bladder. You're going to sort the data by the 3 states that you pick, with New Jersey always being the one. And you're going to then populate with the data that you find on the website. So then you're going to look at the prevalence for the age-adjusted percentage. So you go back to your site. Again, we're going to start with New Jersey. We're going to click on View Profile, and here is the prevalence. You click on that. Now, as you can see here, it's not as neatly compiled as what you found with the first prevalence for bladder cancer. It's only broken out based on male, female, and breast cancer, because sometimes data, you don't have what you really need. So now you're going to have to decide, well, what am I going to use on this data to fulfill the requirement? And this is where you, as an informatics nurse, would have to look for what you want to put on your Excel spreadsheet and how you want to label that to show that it didn't have a clear prevalence for bladder cancer. So you have to decide to choose something else. So I'm going to look at males at cancer, and I'm going to click on this table here. And this table is going to open up, and at the top it tells you your prevalence table, and it gives you some drop-down options. But as you can see, again, it either gives you all cancers or breast cancer to select from. So because this is bladder, breast isn't really going to do me any good, so I'm going to look at all cancers for males in the state of New Jersey, and this is what I'm going to put on my spreadsheet because that's really all the information I have. So for the last part of the assignment is to look at the mortality rate. So you just click on that tab. The mortality rate, again, for my purposes, was the bladder in New Jersey. I would note that that's 4.9, and then I would switch to New York and click, and then I have a bladder number here, and then again, Connecticut. So the next part of the assignment, after you've gathered the data for these three elements, you're going to do an average. And I need to be able to know that you just didn't do an average using a calculator, but that you actually used the formula in Excel. So I'll be looking. And each average must be to the hundredths or two decimal places for your answer. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your Excel spreadsheet, and here you will see that I've already put in all my data for my cancer rate, my prevalence, and my mortality rate. And these are the three states that I used. You can use whatever states except New Jersey always has to be your first. That's your comparison. And now you want to see the average that is happening. Now, keep in mind that this exercise is to show you how to use the different tools. So to do an average, so you're going to see that this is where I'm going to start, but I have to draw my box out to include my three numbers so that the fields have been identified of what I'm going to average. I go up to my drop-down box, I hit the term average, and this provides me the average. And again, this is where my average is going to go. I'm going to right-click, pull out the boxes so all three numbers are highlighted. I go up to auto, I hit average. The next part of the assignment is to look at the demographics for each of the states for that cancer and identify who's at greater risk. So this time what you're going to do is you're going to look at the population. And I broke mine out based on male and female. I looked up the data for all three states. And now I'm going to make a decision and say that New York is at greater risk. And that, sorry, typo there, sorry. New York is at greater risk, and all I'm going to do there. You can do this any way, you can be creative, but the goal of this exercise is for you to use some of the tools of Excel that you learned in exercise number 1. So when you go back to the state cancer profiles, you click on demographics and look at all the different choices you have. And this is how I just basically pick black or white, but you can do any of these demographics that you'd like to use. As I said, that's where you get to be a little bit more creative and not just create the simple demonstration that I've showed you. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I look forward to viewing your assignments.